Oh, what's happening? Is this live? Is this working? I was just trying to live stream. Then I drove past the synagogue and hit the live stream stopped. They got special radio waves bouncing out of that thing trying to protect them. Okay. I promise you, man, my live stream, I never started live stream by the synagogue. It ain't gonna work. They don't want you live streaming out. I wasn't trying to do that. I was just driving by it. I just know it was a coincidence. All I gotta put my phone down. Alright, so anyway, I had a video. It was titled, What is Consciousness? I hope I spelled that right. I did it. I titled video at a red light. So I just spell check. Hopefully it did me right. But what is consciousness? Like, what is consciousness? What is it? Is consciousness, is it made out of matter? Like, do you know what this is? It's like a person thinking and talking and moving. Like, we know we're alive. We're like a being. Like, a rock does not have consciousness. A rock is not conscious. Is a tree? Maybe it is, though. Is it? Ain't it? Maybe that's what you thought. Okay, but anyway, consciousness, right? What is consciousness? Is it made out of matter? Do we have souls? You know, atheists, I guess they say we don't have souls, perhaps. And every feeling you ever had was just the cause of a chemical reaction. Well, perhaps there are chemical reactions. But yeah, I don't know about all that. Like, so when you love somebody, that love's not really real, guys. That love for your children you have, according to some atheists, that's not real love. That's just a chemical reaction. That's all made up. That's not even real. It's a false perception of reality, I guess, according to some atheists. Now you have some people like, I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson one day. What else? Star Talk Radio or whatever. I like Neil deGrasse Tyson. Who doesn't like him? But he said consciousness, perhaps, he didn't say this was a fact. He said perhaps, there's a lot of people say this, perhaps consciousness is just a way of the universe experiencing itself. He said perhaps consciousness is just a way that the universe experiences itself. You know what? I don't know how you can make a statement like that and be an atheist. You not an atheist. That's a hell to make. Consciousness is a way of the universe expressing or experiencing itself. I mean, I kind of gotta agree with that in a way, and in some. I mean, depending on how you look at it, there's a lot of levels to this thing now. Consciousness is a way of the universe experiencing itself. So that means if we had to call something God, because God is not a man in the sky. Well, Jesus can look like a man. But God is a spirit. Jesus said God is a spirit. And those that worship God must worship him in spirit and truth. But Jesus said God is a spirit. And what also does the New Testament teach us about the location of God? What does Christianity teach us about the location of God? What did Jesus teach us? Where did God say Jesus is? God dwells inside of us. Where's the temple of God? We are the temple of God, so the Spirit of God dwells within us. So that creative force, the creative spirit, that's where our spirit comes from. It comes from what people call God. And God is the Spirit. Okay, you say God is in everything. God is. I could agree with it. In a way, I could agree with that statement. That consciousness is the universe experiencing itself, and that would be God. So your conscious, and your consciousness is God. All right, the Spirit is within you. That's the Spirit of God. When you feel love, that's the Spirit of God. All right, the Spirit of light. All right, and it's not material. All right, like light. Light is not material. Light is not matter, right? Is light matter? Yay or nay? But you can create matter with light, and you can also create light with matter. That's crazy. That's wild and crazy stuff. It's recursive. It goes in and out like a recursive vortex forevermore. But yeah, so I had another point too. So yeah. Oh, I was just playing Castlevania last night. I was playing Castlevania Area of Sorrow. I've been forcing myself to play more video games. So I've noticed like I used to play a lot of video games and I haven't played barely at all within the past 10 years or so. I mean, I play fighting games and stuff, but I haven't played as much as I should because I really think it's good for your brain. It's good for your hand-eye coordination, puzzle-solving skills, quick reflexes, all of that, man. It makes you think. In a way, it's a form of addiction. It can be a vice, which can overtake other more harmful vices. So I think video games are pretty good. I heard somebody say video game is a good way to combat doom scrolling. People get hooked on doom scrolling. So a way to combat that is play video games instead. People think playing video games is a waste of time. I disagree. I think it's good for your brain. But anyway, I was playing Castlevania Area of Sorrow. I freaking love that game. Alright? But I had an enchanted sword, and I think I fought a boss with an enchanted sword, and I noticed that the enchanted sword, it had magic. Somebody probably blessed it or put a spell on the sword, and it gave it powers over certain enemies. You know what I mean? And that sounds ridiculous. That sounds ridiculous. But let's say if consciousness is the universe experiencing itself, then you could what we could say the force like in Star Wars. The force is in everything. It's in the rocks. It's in the trees. It's in the rain. It's in the air. Okay, perhaps the rock is conscious. It's made out of atoms and all kind of different molecules and all kind of stuff. And down on a subatomic level, there's some wild and crazy stuff going on in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's got the force in it. The force is in everything. That's the spirit, the Holy Spirit. The force, a new way of saying the Holy Spirit. Shout out to George Lucas. I got Star Wars is in my canon. The first 6, they got issues with it. There's contradictions in Star Wars, guys. Just like there's contradictions in the New Testament, there's contradictions in Star Wars. But we can ignore those. But yeah, my New Testament canon has Star Wars in it. The first 6 movies and Lord of the Rings. J.R.R. Tolkien. But what was I saying? So yeah, maybe there is something to like certain items. People think, oh, material items, they can't have any power. Oh, that's just a dumb rock. That's just a dumb crystal. This lady, she's a witch. She thinks her crystals have power. She's retarded. Maybe they do have power. I mean, you can use quartz crystals and all kind of stuff in technology. All the different elements of the earth are used for technological purposes. All right, so there might be something to enchanted swords and enchanted pendants, or a blessing water, holy water, blessing water. If you bless some water, you put words in it and you put intention into it. If there's thought and intention into it, that's like some quantum mechanics type shit, some quantum physics type stuff. All right, so when you have intention and when you have a thought and when you think and you want something to be true, it becomes true. You can think things into existence. If I say this sword has magical powers, god dang it has magical powers. Okay? That's why people have lucky items. You know, especially athletes. Certain athletes, they have lucky socks. Like I can't wash these socks. I gotta wash these. I gotta wear these every game. That's disgusting. But maybe those socks actually had some stored up energy in it. You know what I'm saying? That we don't understand. So I think there is something to that. I don't know. This is like the craziest video I ever made. I was thinking about some wild and crazy stuff today while I was working. I was just doing some painting and stuff. Making stuff look real nice, you know what I'm saying? And I was just philosophizing inside my brain. I was thinking about consciousness and matter. And I was thinking about enchanted swords and weapons and holy relics. There probably is something to a holy relic. Maybe there is. Maybe we shouldn't scoff at everything. All right. It may be. What about the evil pendants and the evil enchantments and the evil talismans created by black magicians and evil sorcerers and warlocks? Is that possible? I don't know about all that. I follow Jesus, so that shit don't work on me, bro. Okay. Because God is light and God is love. And even little demons or little goblins or orcs come up, they get squished. That's all I know. They've never been an issue for me. So I'm about to get up out of here. That's my little schizo rant for today. Somebody said, how old am I? I'm old, bro. I'm pushing 50. That's all you need to know. But I got the heart of a child. I do. I have the heart of a child. You got to be like one of the little ones. I never grew up. Okay, I still don't trust the grown-ups. Grown-ups, they always lie to you. Okay, you gotta have the mind. You gotta really do gotta be pure as a, have a pure mind of a child. Okay. All right, I'm up out of there. Gone.